Good morning, I'm Charles Osgood, and this is Sunday Morning. Just in time for spring, the Labor Department reported Friday that employment increased by 216,000 jobs last month, while the jobless rate dropped by 0.1%. That's encouraging news, to be sure. But for job seekers of a certain age, an ominous question remains. Are they on track to be permanently out of work and out of luck? That's what Tracy Smith will be examining in today's Sunday Morning cover story.
Hardcore unemployment is getting old.
Good luck.
Oh, I need it.
Are you surprised by how many people you see that look like they're your age?
I am. I really am. My age and older even.
The tough job market is toughest on older workers.
Do you think your experience works against you?
Sad to say, but yes.
Out of work and running out of time. Later on Sunday Morning.
I'm looking to change my career, and I would like to know what you might have to offer in the insurance industry.
Next, middle-aged and caught in the middle. Are America's long-term unemployed out of luck? For all its good news, the latest jobs report showed the average duration of unemployment actually went up in March to 39 weeks. That's long enough for many older unemployed to add another year to their problem, their age. Our cover story is reported now by Tracy Smith.
Long-term joblessness is getting old. At a recent Orlando job fair, more than 2,000 showed up to apply for mostly entry-level jobs, but quite a few looked closer to retirement age.
Thank you. Good luck.
Oh, I need it.
So how old are you?
58.
Executive assistant Pete Vaughn thought she'd never retire from her old job. Now she's looking for a new one.
When you come to one of these kind of things, are you surprised by how many people you see that look like they're your age?
I am. I really am. My age and older even. So there's a lot of us out there looking.
Statistically, people over age 50 are actually less likely to be laid off. But for those who do get the axe, the going has never been tougher.
Do I leave you my resume? Or?
No, don't leave your resume. Just attach your resume to your application, which make it better.
Laid off workers 34 and younger have a 36% chance of finding a new job within a year. But for those in their 50s, it's only 24%. And past age 62, it drops even more.
People over 50 are really in a hard spot these days because employers are very cautious to take on not only the salaries but the benefits that they expect.
Jordan Goodman is an author and personal finance expert.
And in many cases, people 50 plus cannot replace the kind of job they had before. Even though they have lots of experience, experience is less valuable to employers today than being cheap.
Were you looking to get back into a management experience?
Yes.
That's not news to Sam Wade. The former office manager has been looking since she was laid off a year ago, and she just turned 50.
I think it's my age. I do. I think it's my age. I think it's working against me. I have friends my age that are struggling, and we're all near that 50 bracket, over that 50 bracket, and there's so many young people coming out today that will do the job for a lot less.
And that's more than just a hunch. Texas A&M professor Joanna Leahy sent out 4,000 fictitious resumes for jobs she found in the Help Wanted ads, with high school graduation dates that ranged from 1959 to 1986. And, you guessed it, employers were more likely to go for the younger applicants. 40% more likely. Wade says she's now willing to accept any job just to get back in the game, and that's becoming the rule for workers of a certain age. In The New Unemployables, a joint study by Boston College and Rutgers University, researchers found that a growing number of people 50 plus are involuntarily working part-time, or, more troubling, getting so discouraged that they just drop out of the workforce altogether.
If these people don't get jobs, this becomes an issue for all of us.
It definitely does. It's a society. It's an issue for society.
Jacqueline James is research director at Boston College.
Many of them.
Is it possible that some of these older workers will never work again?
I'd like to say that people will find jobs, and they need to keep trying. But it is possible that people will not be able to.
And will spend the rest of their lives not working, unemployed.
Making ends meet as best they can.
We are creating a new underclass of the 50-plus generation that are not able to support themselves, that are going to be having a huge burden on the government because these baby boomers, as they age, have not saved enough, do not have enough health care to be able to maintain themselves.
So they keep looking in a shriveled job market that's a far cry from what they might remember when a smile and a handshake could get you in the door.
We're going to talk about creating your job search plan. We're going to talk about how to brand and stand out.
Sandy Vidal's organization holds job fairs in Orlando every 2 months.
I think that a lot of people who are in the older ages, and older, I say that and I'm 44, so are having challenges because it's really a different world than it was the last time they job searched. They're finding that it's taking longer. They're also being forced to go online, which they may have never done before.
Do you feel old?
No.
Gary Boxall lost his job in January of '09 after 17 years in sales at a Salem, Oregon car dealership. Now, a man who built a career on personal contact spends hours alone looking for a job online.
Did you know Facebook, LinkedIn, any of these things before you started your job search?
I started hearing these names some years back, you know, Facelift and what's the latest one, Twitter or something? Where did these people come up with these names? It wasn't too long ago, I don't think, that they just called it communication.
Boxall just turned 65, but retirement now is not an option. Like a third of his fellow Americans, he's had to crack open his nest egg.
I was able to save some money in that direction, and that's what I've been living on.
And how much longer can you live on that?
Oh, probably another 2 months, 6 days, and 17 minutes, something like that. I'm just kidding.
But you're not counting. Seriously, like 2 months, you think?
Approximately, yeah.
And if the waiting is tough on him, it's torture for his 2 daughters.
I'm worried they're going to lose their house. You know, he's been out of work for almost 1.5 years. This is ridiculous. Someone needs to hire him.
What's it like for you guys to see him go through this?
It's really frustrating for me because I don't like to see his frustration or hear his frustration. And so I want to do everything I can to help him.
Are you pretty sure in your gut that you will work again?
As long as I am physically able, I will work.
And he may be able to work longer than he thinks. Boston College's Jacqueline James.
A few years ago, we looked at data over a 15-year period and found that the changes that occur to people from even age 65 to age 79 were not dramatic.
At 79?
At 79.
You're almost as vital as you are at 65? Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say.
Do you think people realize that out in America today?
I think older people are having that experience. They keep expecting to fall apart, and when they don't, it's a gift.
But for now, Boxall still has to keep looking.
I know there's a few people out there that I know personally that are kind of take on the poor me attitude. Well, I'm not taking on that poor me attitude. It's still the best damn country in the world. I'll still send out resumes just in case. I think that's kind of like going fishing. But I think if you really want to catch the fish, you're going to have to get in your boat, and you're going to have to row over to the business and knock on the door.
Shortly after our interview, Gary Boxall knocked on a few more doors and found a part-time job in auto sales. It's not ideal, but at age 65, it's a start.